Hi, welcome back to my channel and welcome back to another video. You join me on the weekend that I class as the weekend between January and February. It's the first weekend of Feb and we're gonna do a little bit of a weekly / monthly reset. So February to me is the last, oh, there's a plane flying overhead. February to me is the last month of winter, which I really struggle with. Winter's one of those months that I kind of wish the whole thing to be over. I'm trying as much as possible to be one of those people who tries to live in the moment, but I feel like I spend the entirety of winter waiting for like March, April. But yeah, it is the last month of winter and I'm gonna try and enjoy it, but realistically I'm just waiting for March. But there are obviously the weekly recurring things that you guys might, if you've watched my videos, be useful to me doing every single week. Things like clean my makeup brushes, doing the washing, clean the flat, like all of those things that we do every single week. There's also a couple of tasks in here that I don't do every week, but I probably don't do as infrequently as every month. Things like changing the bed sheets. These are actually new from John Lewis. They feel a little bit, don't know if that's it. Plasticky is the feeling that I feel like I'm feeling, but it might just be because they're like so new, they haven't like warmed in a bit. Also, the bed sheets that I took off to put these on are really nice bed sheets. We bought them from TK Maxx and they're like 2,000 thread count or something stupid. So any bed sheet we put on in between like that one obviously being washed always feels not as nice. But yeah, these are our new bed sheets. I think we are converted to the white bed sheet family. So there are some like not frequent but not as infrequent as once a month things that I need to do. I also obviously need to sort out emails, edit videos, film stuff. I need to ring my gran because it was her birthday day before yesterday and I called her very briefly on her birthday, but she was out when I called her, so I'm gonna call her and actually have a proper catch up today, update the habit tracker, etc, etc. So this is more like the weekly, and some of them are like bi-weekly / every so often goals. One thing I really want to do today, because I'm like 1 month in to 2024 and also approaching, I know I said I was going to enjoy it, but approaching the end of winter, there are a couple of things I want to do to kind of prep for spring. We have some, and this is going to be such like adult chat, we have some geraniums on our balcony that my dad and my dad being the person who grows them because he grows flowers for a living, can't work out why, one, they're still alive, and two, they're still flowering. Whose geraniums flower in December, January? I'm sorry, like what? There's something really weird about these geraniums that are on our balcony. They've been flowering non-stop, and I'm literally meaning non-stop, since we got them now about 18 months ago. So I kind of abandon them in winter and they flower and then the flower heads die, but it just means they're covered in dead flower heads, so I need to de-head the geraniums. They're also like together, as in like the pots of geraniums are all in like one place in the balcony and they probably like, you know, separating out. But I need to kind of get those ready again for spring. But yeah, it's basically a weekly / monthly reset of weekly recurring goals and also like big goals. We have to stay in today waiting for a package, so it's gonna be a very homely day. I got another rocker box delivered. So if you watched video before last, I want to say it was, I got some PR, and one of those bits of PR I got was a rocker box, and they've delivered another one. I've taken a little bit of a peek inside, and actually I think this one is significantly stronger. Also, it comes less with a here's how rocker box works and more of a just like an overview, although I think this might be a limited edition box rather than a monthly recurring. Yeah, so this is the Dr. Formula Marine Collagen box, and I actually think this box is really good. So we've got the Grace and Stella Your Oil I Need hydrating oil, which sounds amazing. It's one of those like all over purpose oils, so face, hair, body, nails, etc. We've then got the Dr. Cosmeceutical, I think so you say it, Pure Skin Japanese No Mark Oil, which is another oil but specifically for your body, and it sounds like it's to help basically with stretch marks and any kind of marks on the body. I've got the Beauty Pro Hyaluronic Acid Daily Serum, which is a hydrating serum, which I love a hydrating serum and I really don't have many of them. I thought for a long time that I was a clarifying serum person, and I still am. I love a clarifying serum, especially at night time, but I think my skin type dictates I need a hydrating serum, so happy that I have this as well. We've then got the Professional, which is by Benefit, Good to Clean Up Pore Purifying Foaming Cleanser. I haven't heard anything about this, but I will obviously give that a go. And then to finish the whole thing off, we have a Great Lengths mascara, and it's from Botanic Beauty, which I've not actually heard of, but it looks fun. Another PR parcel, but where we are with the tasks, I've washed the whites, I've washed the colours, I've changed the bed sheets, and now I need to work through the rest of the list. I've read quite a lot of books recently, which I think I'll update you in a later clip, but got my water, got my iPad with YouTube videos, got my list of things I want to get done, and let's have a productive weekend. This is such an unnecessary tripod to do this with, but I have obviously made the bed, as you can see. I spent a little bit of time on my computer sort of sorting out emails. I've edited and uploaded the vlog for tomorrow, and I kind of want to get back up on my feet. I kind of feel like I need to like walk around a little bit, and oh, I thought that was close. There's two things I want to get done, well, three I guess things I want to get done now. This is PR that I have been gathering that I need to edit and post content of. I pop it here so I don't forget about it, but obviously as you can see it's getting slightly out of hand. The other thing I need to really sort out is jumpers. I've just been like, as I'm sure you can see, throwing them up there. And then the other thing I need to do is I finished a couple of skincare bits and hair care bits, so I need to top them back up. The first one is toothpaste, which is here, yeah, toothpaste, so that's quite boring, but I've got some backup toothpaste. The other one is hair care, because I've just finished the matching conditioner to this. This is an empty bottle ready for when I top it back up. Is that shampoo? So this is the matching conditioner to the shampoo I'm currently using, but I just don't think it's a particularly good conditioner, so I don't really want to have it in my like daily routine. So I might need to dig into this little tray down here and I've obviously got shampoo and conditioner up here. Maybe I just add these into my daily rotation. There's a shampoo and conditioner in the back of here from Revive, I think is what the brand's called. This brand here. So I might just add that into the shower. The other thing I'm going to grab out of here is the hydrating serum, which is from Murad, because I've just finished my hydrating serum. So I actually think all my top-ups are potentially in PR, and therefore I just need to get around to sorting those out. But I need to take off the disgusting nail polish first. But yeah, the only thing I'm actually going to get out of these drawers in is toothpaste. But I'm going to go and quickly sort these out because that is actually just embarrassing. Isn't that so much better? Although it is alluding to me, I probably need to either find a new place to store my jumpers or get rid of a couple, because I'm wearing one and there's one in the wash and there's like no space for it to go. But I've also just put the bag actually back in the storage. So this little Tupperware box was actually one of my flats and I moved into it. I just kind of took it with me. And it stores my little bag. I've then got this, which is like a Kate Spade, really nice bag if I'm going to like nice meetings. And then in it, I've got a couple of other slightly bigger bags. And then this is my summer bag, which just sort of sits at the front there. I think next port of call is to get some of this stuff filmed and sorted. So I think first things first, I'm going to do a skincare routine with the Murad stuff. Then unboxing with this. Ironically, I think this is filmed. I just need to get the footage off the camera before I disperse it around. And then an unboxing for these two. And then I think I'm actually done. So it won't take too long. I think first things first, I'm going to take my nail polish off. Yeah, I think that is a marked improvement, especially up there. Just styled my hair slightly. The fringe isn't quite fringing, but I've put a little bit of a curl in the end and used this, which is the Archive Liquid Hairspray, which actually on first impressions, pretty impressed. But yeah, this is the hair. I've had lunch and I've also, as you can see, filmed a reel of unboxing these two boxes. I've imported the footage. The footage looks good. Why is this stuck to the table? So it's now time to pop these things away, get this recycled. I've also imported this footage and this footage looks good. I keep all of these little cards and things off PR parcels so that I can kind of like have a little memory box of them. So yeah, I'm going to pop these in the recycling, pop these back in here. Good progress. Are you focusing on anything? Okay. Might go get some fresh air. We need to go to the supermarket and buy a little bit of food, but we also just need to get some steps in, get some fresh air, and generally just head out and about. So yeah, I think I'm gonna pop this stuff away, take this photo with these things, and then head out. Such a nice walk. I walked so far. I've walked just shy of 10,000 steps now, so about 8,000 steps, give or take, during that walk. Pardon me. I listened to Rene Rapp's first album, Rene Rapp's second album, and then part of the first album again. I'm feeling very, very refreshed. I also picked up something that's like sort of a goal, but to be honest, it's more just a personal thing that I want to try and do this year. And that is buy more birthday cards for people I don't buy presents for. So I bought a couple of cards that I need to pick who they go for and scatter them out throughout the year, but I just thought I'd pick them up so there's like a reserve if I realise I've forgotten one. So I just got like a bog standard like boy card, you know? And then this one is like, happy birthday, you lovely looking specimen. There's quite a few people I can think of to give this card to. This one I know exactly who I'm gonna give this one to. Well, it's actually two people I could give it to, but it says things that age well, cheese, wine, and you, which I thought was fun. This one, to my favourite vegan badass, let's lentil. That one. Then I've got some rude cards. So it's probably your age that tricks people into thinking you're an adult. So many people in my life applies to, myself included. And sometimes you forget that you're old, so this is a little reminder. We have a bag in the cupboard and it's mainly for the Christmas cards, but it's got Christmas cards in it, wrapping things, tags, mini like gift bags that I've been given on the way, and we just sort of store them, and I'm gonna put those in there. So there's some backup birthday cards for birthdays. And then I picked up, while I was in town, some ricotta because we've got some spinach, and I really want to make some ricotta and spinach ravioli because that sounds delightful. In the meantime, it is now 3:15. I am gonna go into the other room and sit on the computer, maybe edit some footage, maybe just watch some YouTube, Google things I don't need to be Googling, you know, that kind of just like nonchalant, if that's even the right word for this, what I'm gonna say, interneting.
Our hearts beat to the city streets. We began to feel the fire.
It's 9 p.m. We've had dinner. We had pancakes because it was French pancake day yesterday. French pancake day and English pancake day are on different days, so I get double pancake day. So yeah, we had pancakes for dinner, and I've actually spent quite a lot of the afternoon reading. I'm currently reading The Good Liar, Can You Read Between the Lines by Nicholas Searle. I can't tell you how long it took me to realise that it's the story being told over 2 different time zones. It honestly took me like 4 or 5 chapters, and I kept thinking, but he was just with Betty, why is he now with someone else? And then I suddenly realised what was going on. Since I've realised what's going on, I'm actually really enjoying it, but for the first little while I was very confused. I'm about that far through. I think I've read about 150 pages-ish today. I'm on page 200, so this is currently what I'm reading. At the moment, I'm genuinely just going up to the bookshelf, counting how many books are on there and asking Alex to give me a number between that and that. So there's no rhyme or reason as to what book I'm reading next, but this is the one I'm currently reading. And over the last week, I finished these 2. So I'm reading a lot at the moment. It's actually quite terrifying. I've read 10 books over January. So these are 2 books that I finished recently. This one's a kind of modern fiction. This is Taylor Jenkins Reid, The 7 Husbands of Evelyn Hugo. This is a book I read for book club at work. I liked it. It's actually like a suspiciously long book. The text is quite small. I liked it. I think it was a good read. To me, this falls into the category of like holiday read, you know, where there's like a little bit of substance but not really enough for it to be anything kind of like substantial. I genuinely feel like this is a book I'm gonna forget about over time, so I would say it's like 3 stars. I enjoyed it, but it's nothing that I'll probably remember. But I know people absolutely love this novel. I know that this author is also like an absolutely adored author. I think the story is very good and the writing is very good. It's just one of those stories to me. And then I picked this up from a charity shop, not realising it was such a thing. This is Louis Sasha Holes. I actually don't know, I must be living under a rock or in a hole. Don't know why I thought that was so funny. But I didn't realise that this book and the film attached to it was such like a thing. I didn't read this at school, but apparently it's like a go-to school read. It was such a quick read, and it falls Now I've read it, I can see why it is a read they do at school. Like with every book I've ever read during my school time, simultaneously a lot happens and nothing happens. I read Ethan Frome at GCSE, or was it just before GCSE, and I felt a similar way about that book. Like simultaneously nothing happens but a lot happens. This is a very similar book to me, but I really enjoyed it. It was actually a good book, and now I'm quite interested to watch the film. It's also a really short book. So these are two that I finished this week, and then this is the book that I'm like now about halfway through. Really enjoying reading, and did say I would catch you up on like what books I've been reading, what books I'm in the process of. So there's two things I want to do before I go to bed, which will be about in 45 minutes or so. One is cleaning my makeup brushes. I've got into a really good rhythm of cleaning like the makeup brushes I use all the time every single week. So the B Cosmetics number 302 brush, which is my foundation brush, the Spectrum 03 brush, which I use for powder, the Luxe tapered highlighter brush, which I use for shockingly highlighter. This is completely rubbed off, but it's a B Cosmetics, I think it's just called the blush brush. So these are the ones I wash like every single week, and then if I'm using a lot of cream blush, which I haven't been recently, I obviously also wash the Spectrum B01. Ditto with my cream bronzer brush, which is the EDY London 07, but I actually haven't used a huge amount of cream blush over the last couple of weeks. And then I also wash this. This is the Spectrum 06 brush, which I use to apply my glowy primer. So I think these are the brushes that I need to wash, and then potentially this one. I don't use this one very often, but I feel like it needs washing. So I'm gonna go wash these brushes. The rest of them can probably stay as they are. Film a reel with some of the skincare this evening before I go to bed, which will be a nice little pre-evening thing. Good morning. It is Sunday. I got up, I read about 75-ish books. No, 75 books. No, 75 pages of my book. I think I've now got about 30 pages left, so I'll finish that off at some point this afternoon. I went to the gym. Added to my New Year's resolution, but I haven't actually like written it down anywhere, is to be able to run for half an hour without stopping. It's just a feat that I've never in my life been able to achieve. Like even when I was younger and I used to play sport, like I used to play football and I was in defence, and one of the main reasons why I was in defence and not a midfielder is because my fitness was terrible. It's just something I've never been able to master, and I just don't know why. So it's my goal this year to be able to run for half an hour without stopping. And for the last couple of weeks I've been doing 3 minutes of walking, 2 minutes of running, 3 minutes of walking, 2 minutes of running for half an hour on the treadmill. So this morning I swapped it from 3 minutes of walking to 3 minutes of running to 3 minutes of walking for half an hour. So I'm sort of unofficially doing the couch to 5k, and I'm going to start on the treadmill because I find it easier to run on the treadmill than in real life. And then I think long term I'll transition it from the treadmill to outside, but I just think it's easier on the treadmill and it's significantly less embarrassing. So I obviously have just done a run, so I absolutely stink. So I'm gonna go and shower, then I'm gonna get out, have my protein shake, which I've pre-mixed up.
Our hearts beat to the city streets. We began to feel the fire. We rise like tall buildings.
Tried ringing my gran, but she didn't pick up, so I'm gonna try again in a little while. I can never work out what time she wakes up at the weekend. Drinking my protein smoothie. It's a My Protein, I think it's just the strawberry flavour. It's actually pretty good. It tastes like a strawberry milkshake. So, checking in on the goals and things I wanted to achieve this weekend. I still need to edit Thursday's videos. I still need to edit the reels and potentially film 1 or 2 more, although I do actually have enough for this weekend if needed. Just watered the plants. Hello. I'm good, thank you. How are you? How was your birthday lunch? Oh, that's such a shame. You witnessed me completing a goal in action without quite realising it. So I just caught up with my gran. It was her birthday on Thursday, and I called her Thursday lunchtime during my lunch break to like say happy birthday, and she was out for lunch. So it was me kind of like actually then properly catching up with her. So I've now run my gran. But what I was saying was about plants. Yeah, plants. So I do feed them probably more than usual because I water them quite often in the bath, and I know that I'm like washing the nutrients out and whatnot. So to be fair, I have very happy, healthy houseplants. I'm not quite sure how, but we just need to do a little bit of like YouTube and Instagram stuff. We need to go to the food to buy some, we need to go to the food? No, we need to go to the supermarket to buy a little bit of food. I'm gonna go out now before lunch and dehead the geraniums. I need to paint my nails and I need to clean out the cupboard. I think the nails is gonna be something I do this evening as like a wind down activity, probably in front of like telly or something. Cupboard, I might do kind of like around tea time. So the thing I need to do now is dehead the geraniums, then we're gonna have lunch and then we're gonna head out. And on that heading out is when we're gonna go to the supermarket. And one thing we're gonna do is go to the, I can't remember exactly what it's called, but it's at the National Maritime Museum and they have a photo exhibition of space. And it's like this astronomy photography of the year or something like that exhibition, and we go every year. We've been 2 years in a row now, so this will be our third. And yeah, I'm looking forward to it. Making good progress. I've obviously got ready, as you can probably tell. I don't know if I said that. I'm really enjoying the like slightly curled hair where I just sort of put like the loosest curls physically possible in the front. I've got ready, I put basically all of Project 10 Pan on my face. The MAC foundation, which is not part of Project 10 Pan but is an aim to use up, is, I've got to the point now where there's nothing coming from the pump, so I'm having to like scrape it out, but that's very nearly finished. Look at that progress. I mean, this is my hope for this to be the first blush I ever finish. And then I've got like the most annoyingly small amount of this book left. Small amount of this book? Was that English? I don't know. The smallest amount of this book left. And I just need to finish it by the end of the day. It's gonna annoy me. Otherwise, I can't commit with that short amount of book. I'll read it in like 3 seconds flat. So yeah, I need to finish off the book, cut the geraniums, and then I think it is time for lunch.
We wanna chase the night, wanna dance to the light, pull the stars from the sky, just two hearts running wild. Never sleep, never stop, as we shout from the top. We're gonna be two hearts running wild.
Give me a number between 1 and 14. 7. Thank you. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, this is the next read. So the geraniums are looking so much tidier. They actually look healthy and like they're not dead. They're all ready now for the beginning of spring, which for these geraniums starts in January, but they're ready for the beginning of spring, and I'm gonna make it a monthly task to dehead them and keep them healthy. I also finished my book. It was fine. I would say it's like a 2.5 stars. As in like, so bog standard. I kind of felt neither way about it. And I've done our usual, pick a number between 1 and 14, pick a book off the shelf. And the one I'm gonna read now is Daisy Buchanan's Insatiable, which a friend bought for me for Christmas. This is smut. This is a book of smut. Which I'm kind of looking forward to. I haven't read like a smutty book since I was about 19. And I went through a big phase of them and I read like loads and loads of them. And I'm talking like I read about 10 in a row. And I just haven't really read them since. So I'm actually quite looking forward to reading a little bit of smut on a cold February day. So yeah, this is the book that I'm gonna start in next. I haven't actually started it yet. I've just put the bookmark in so that it's ready. So yeah, we're waiting for the washing machine to finish because we just put away the whites and the colours that we washed yesterday, and there's already more washing to do, which, how has this got so out of hand? I do not know. How do we have 3 loads of washing to do of just clothes? Then there's like bed sheets that I still need to wash, that's like a 4th load, and I really need to wash the towels, that's like a 5th load. How do we have 5 loads of washing? Anyway, so that is now in the washing machine. So when that has finished, we're gonna head out on our little afternoon. We're gonna go, like I said, to the photography exhibition, and we're gonna pop back to the supermarket and pick up the little bit of food that we've got to get. Not a huge amount, I think it's like 10 things on the list. It's been a good weekend. I'm feeling, there's something about going to the gym that makes me feel so good. I really want to get to a point in I think this might be a spring summer thing. If I get used to going to the gym frequently, I think I might want to try and make it like a spring summer goal to get up like half an an hour, maybe like 45 minutes earlier than I currently do, which means waking up about 6:30 and either getting a run or getting a walk in before I like start my day. But I know I'm going to struggle to do that now because it's winter, so I feel like that I need to start that in the spring. But to prep for that, so I'm going to keep on 1 gym class a week, but I think I'm going to up it to 2 gym visits a week. So 1 class, 1 run. I'm going to put you guys on charge and I'll film kind of vlog clips while we're out on my phone.
Yeah, 0. This was only my second time discussing.
In LA for the Vanity Fair news guy.
A lot of people, a lot of reasons.
Kill.
Stop pretending.
Let's go.
You all look so happy, and I feel dark.
Look at that, an empty box. It is significantly later on Sunday. It is now 20 to 10. I am gonna wash off this makeup and get into bed and call it a night. It's been such a nice weekend. I've also got a new book while I was out. I picked up this. A friend of mine recommended it. I haven't even read the kind of what's happened or what the book's about. I just got told it was like such a good book. So I'm gonna call it a night and head off to bed. Thank you so much for joining me on a pretty typical, homely, productive, getting my life ready for the week ahead. Yeah, I'm gonna head off to bed and I will see you guys in my next video. If you've enjoyed this video, give it a thumbs up, click subscribe, leave me a comment, and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye!